Hello everybody, welcome back to Back Out of the Case. This is Skyflight44, aka Sect44, and today I'm going to play Pokemon Diamond. This is going to be randomized, and we're going to be going through a challenge run event. Now, it's going to be like most of my other challenge runs, the basic stuff, but I'm just going to be going over the rules. Now, firstly, we can only catch Pokemon one of the first three Pokemon we see in any given round. First time we get into that route as well. This does include any named location, so it's not just routes. Now, Pokemon that are fainted must be released. That's a given for a lot of these challenge runs. It's one of the only ways to make it actually, difficult. Now, the big thing for me in the challenge run is just having, Pokemon that faint, have to get rid of them. It's not all that hard. But having a level cap does make the game harder. So we're going to be going with level cap. It's going to start at level 10, and for every single badge we get, we're going to increase the level cap by 4. Now, anytime we actually go and face off against Team Galactic, and we actually have a battle with either a commander or the leader himself, we're going to increase the level cap by 1 after that event's over. Like, thwart Team Galactic's efforts in some city, we face a commander. After that's all over, we get a level boost. But Pokemon that go over the level cap, let's say level cap's 10, I actually get a Pokemon to level 11, I can still keep it, I can't use it. If I do use it, however, I have to release that Pokemon, whether it fainted or not. After that battle, I have to release that Pokemon, and that Pokemon is no longer usable. So, if I've already done this method, if I've already used it in a battle previously and it's in the must be released status, if my other 5 Pokemon or all my other Pokemon are completely unusable, and that's my only last one, game over. But you cannot change Pokemon in between the box and what you have. You can only take Pokemon from the box to your party. Not put from your party into the box. Must be released. So that's another bad thing. Every single time we want to use Pokemon Center, let's say, there's this counter. For every single Pokemon Center we see, we're going to increase the Pokemon Center usage counter by 3. Now, if we use all the counters, well, can't use the Pokemon Center anymore until we actually find some new ones. So, that's going to be interesting. And also, the last thing is, any Pokemon, Pokemon that we actually go into, first time we find a new one, we can buy 5 items. Except if there's a department store somewhere in this game. I don't really remember if there is or if there isn't. I haven't played this one in a long time. But if there is, like most of the other Pokemon games, then we can get 10 items out of that department store. So, oh well. I said what I needed to say. Let's start this game. Now, I've played Pokemon Diamond quite a lot, and this is technically the last actual, this is the last generation in which I've played the game multiple times over. This one's probably, I've played it like around 8 times over. Well, all in all, in the, okay, come on, let me touch the button. Okay, good. This is the last time I've actually really played a lot. I've never actually finished Pokemon White. Pokemon White 2, I played 1.5 times. So Silver, I've only played once. And technically, I didn't beat Red. I did everything else but that. But X, I've pretty much beaten nearly twice. And Alpha Sapphire, I played for about 3 hours and haven't continued it. I really should get to that. It was just way too freaking easy. That's the easiest one the entire series, in my opinion, at this point. But, damn. Let's see. B? I am using a controller. When I generally play RPGs like this, I like using my, keyboard, but whatever. I'm gonna be using a controller like I've been doing for a lot of my, DS playthroughs at the moment, or, well, playthroughs as in I'm playing it, not necessarily as me recording it. So, I'm gonna call you Matt, just for the hell of it. I don't really feel like thinking of a good name for you. Now, just so you know, this is my stance on the 4th generation of Pokemon. Now, while I've had to warm up to the actual Pokemon themselves in this generation, I've actually come to like quite a lot of them. Initially, I kind of hated a lot of them, but, oh well, I'm not all that bad. I'm actually pretty good with the Pokemon now, but, as the games themselves, the 4th generation of games, or at least Diamond and Pearl, not necessarily Platinum, that one got a little bit better. It fixed some of the issues I had with Diamond and Pearl, but Diamond and Pearl are great games, disappointing Pokemon games. Pokemon, I believe, just is far too, and to this point, was just far too good. That when this came out, it's still a good game, but it's kind of disappointing in a lot of ways for Pokemon. Actually, probably the biggest thing for me, at least, was, you know, after going in, playing Pokemon Silver, having 250 Pokemon, well, 251 in the actual national. Fine, I'll go and see. I'll go and find map. But, you know, 251 Pokemon there. And you had quite a lot of Pokemon everywhere. So it was pretty good. Then you go to Emerald and, you know, Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald. You have the huge, you still have 200 Pokemon. And even then, that's still half the actual Pokemon at that point in time anyway. So it really wasn't all that bad. You know, 200 out of 386, I believe. But then you come to this game, and then it was 150 Pokemon. And the actual, what was it called? In the actual Pokedex. In the very beginning. Out of 493 that were actually out at this point. Oh, crap. I wanted to go down. I didn't want to go back up that way. But the amount of Pokemon that were actually used in this game, and it wasn't just that, it was also the actual Pokemon that were used quite a bit. You know, the, what was it called, Hoenn had the, you know, very varied climates. That was, you know, it's, you know, shtick. This one is more of a mountainous region, in which there really isn't all that many mountains. It's just a huge-ass mountain that you actually have to, worry about. You have, and it basically splits the entire region in half. It kind of is annoying. Add that with some of the HMs that are just absolutely annoying. And, well, I don't really like this region all that much. The fog was a stupid HM. Rock Climb, I never really loved at all. This was basically the actual. I can't really say that. The third generation did this too, but the third and fourth generations basically made Rock Smash the new cut, and probably worse with the third generation. But oh well, it still kind of sucks. I'm damn well gonna tell you that it still kind of sucks. But well, Rock Smash got better later on. It was kind of weak, and I don't know if the defense down was always there. I mean, it was like 100% sure it's going to happen, so I don't know. In the earlier generations and the later generations, it's great. But which one are we going to be picking? We can actually pick Piplup, we can pick Chimchar, and we can pick Turtwig. Now, for these challenge runs, I generally like taking the defensive Pokemon, and not necessarily the strongest Pokemon. So these would be something like Squirtle, Chikorita, Mudkip, probably Turtwig in this instance. And I think I'm going to be going with Turtwig. Piplup wouldn't be all that bad. It's just that Piplup doesn't have all... It's not so bad. Chimchar is the one that's going to get his ass kicked. But Piplup really doesn't have any strong moves it's going to be learning anytime soon. It's basically Pound, Bubble, and the Bubble before it got boosted. And Pat. Nice variation, but well, variety, not variation. But I think I'm gonna go with Turtwig. If it has to learn, what was it called? It has to learn. Oh, damn, Razor Leaf pretty early, and Razor Leaf would be a pretty strong move for us. Now, I did say earlier that our level cap is 10 at the moment. Not all that bad. However, we're going to have a level cap of 14 when we actually face off against the first Team Galactic Commander. And I'm kind of frightened about what that commander is going to have, because her original signature Pokemon can very well kick your ass, and it is randomized, but it's similar strength randomized, so she could very well still have something absolutely amazing at level like 16. Yeah, take the briefcase, get lost. I wanna, come on, let me just continue on. This is actually one thing I'm going to have to do. I have, listened to a lot of Pokemon music. I've been completely, captivated by the first two generations' music. But, well, the third generation did have some pretty good tunes. I don't really remember much of it because the Game Boy Advance's sound chip wasn't all that good. It's not too bad, but oh well. The DS was another one that I really didn't care for. I really didn't pay attention to a lot of the DS's music in a lot of games. And especially at this point, get yourself an MP3 player, or I definitely had one. Not necessarily originally when I had my DS, but later on, especially now, I just listened to my MP3 player. I think I'm actually going to end this part once I actually get my first actual, what was it called? First Pokeballs. And see if I can catch my first Pokemon. That's going to be a big thing. Now we have gone through 2 routes. That means we're not going to be able to get stuff in 2 different areas, which is going to be kind of annoying. Yay, running shoes. We can finally speed the game up. Actually, probably the worst thing about this entire generation, not so much Platinum and Soul Silver and Heart Gold. They got a bit better. But this game and its combat feels so sluggish. I believe we had to go in here and talk to Matt's mother. No. If I remember correctly, we had to later on go and give something to Matt. Oh well. What? Why not? That's interesting. Huh, that really is kind of interesting. But no, I'm not gonna be. I don't even have anything for that. However, that does seem like some pretty good experience, so let's just go and take it. We're not going to have too much trouble getting experience, but I do kind of want to be at level 6 before we go on into the next area. Especially when we, if we get ourselves another Pokemon. It's going to be at low level anyway, so... Now, in the next area, I'm very big on water Pokemon, so I've always really got myself a Piplup and all that. So that's generally the starter Pokemon I had. Actually, it's, to be honest, would be the first time I ever used a Turtwig. But in the next area, these first areas always had like Starly. Had Starly. What else was it? Shinx was another one, Bidoof, and Kricketot. I would always catch myself a Shinx. I really do like Shinx. Out of all the Pokemon that I've actually, I was introduced with in the 4th generation, early on anyway, Shinx was probably the one I kind of got myself to like most. Luxio, especially Luxray. Not to mention, Shinx was one of the Pokemon that really kind of showed off, gender differences and more than one aspect. Because the Shinx, the male Shinx, have a greater mane as it goes down the evolutionary line. Not to mention, also has the ability Rivalry, which gives it a increase in power when attacking Pokemon of the same gender, and decreased power when attacking Pokemon of the opposite gender. Interesting. Yeah, see you, man. Gonna beat you later, but see ya. I don't really remember when we're actually going to face him. Yeah, I really don't remember when we actually go and face him at all. No, I do like this piece. I've always liked this piece. But then again, I'm a sucker for the piano. Okay. Yes, we are going to be giving Turtwig a nickname. What should we call you? Okay, I'm going to call you... I'm just gonna call you Leaf. I had a friend called Leaf. In high school. It wasn't spelt that way, of course. But I've always liked the name Leaf. Granted, he also had a really, really good beard. Really, really cool-ass beard. That always made me smile. Easily the best one in the entire school at that point in time. Yes, I'll go and use that Pokédex thing. Now, the Pokédex in this game, you will have, before you actually go to the second area in the game, the post-game area, you actually have to go and fill up the Pokédex. Not necessarily with the entries, but you do have to meet every single Pokemon in the regional dex, so... That's always kind of pissed me off. I remember there was this one actual, there's one Pokemon I actually missed during my first time. It was Wormadam or something, Wormadam. The one trainer that actually has one was the only one I actually missed, and then I had to go everywhere to find it. Then I just decided, screw it, let's go and look online. Oh well. Now, for the Pokemon Center, we do have now 3 actual counters to the Pokemon Center. A little counter. So, we can use the Pokemon Center 3 times. And that's probably only going to give us maybe around, at most, 36 actual, maybe 36, at most 40, around 40 Pokemon Center usages throughout the entire game. So, that might seem like a lot, but if you're losing a lot of Pokemon, that's going to... If you lose a lot of Pokemon and then you go back and try to grind some of the other ones up, that's going to be pretty bad. But we have 5 items. Let's go and, get our 5 items. Now, I know we're going to be taking at least 3 potions. Potions are going to be big for us. I believe we're going to be going... 5 Pokeballs should be good for what she's going to give us. So let's go and grab ourselves Antidote and a Paralyzed Heal. Paralyzed Heal is probably not going to be all that useful until later, but oh well. I believe we might be getting an Antidote pretty soon anyway. If I remember correctly, there was a... Yep, there was an item down here. We're not going to be able to actually catch a Pokemon in Route 219 just yet. So, might as well skip out on the Pokemon and take the item. Okay. Route 202. Don's going to show us how to catch a Pokemon, and then we're going to see what Pokemon we're going to catch. Now, when I was trying a Pokemon Emerald's actual run... Oh, crap. Fuck me. Yeah, I screwed up. We have to go back. And, well, guess what? Now I'm not going to be able to catch a Pokemon there. Because I went into the actual route before I did this. That's gonna suck. I knew we had to come back here. Ooh! She actually gives you... Well, I'm not going to be using this area for any free heals. So after this, any of these free heals, I'm not going to be taking. Okay. Yeah, I gotta leave. Matt's getting too far away from me. Yeah, and now Matt's brother's going to give us our little item we have to go and give Matt. Yeah, the parcels. That means we have to go into that. Oh, that area. God damn it. I don't like going to Pokemon, the trainer school. Never had to go in there for, like, at least 12 fucking years. I've never been to one of those. Oh well. This sucks because now we've kind of missed out on catching a Pokemon in 4 actual areas. That means we're actually going to have to be using Leaf to actually beat those other trainers up there. That means we're gonna... This is gonna be sucky. Leaf's gonna be leveling up really quickly because now I can't catch a Pokemon here. Ah, damn it. Me and my honor. Who really wants a Bidoof? Okay, Don, show us how to catch Pokemon. Okay, please, just catch it next turn. This is gonna take so slow. Granted, this is also because the computer's doing it and not necessarily, you know, us. But the game's battle system is just low, very, very slow to begin with. That is a problem. I mean, all the other ones went by fast. While some of the animations could take a little while, the big one I'm thinking of is Pokemon Silver and Surf. That one takes a little while. But even then, when an animation actually went and ended, there was the text and the actual, you know, damage was calculated really, really fast. The gauge went down pretty fast as well. There was no real, you know, just waiting between any of this kind of shit. To mention, I probably have to go and go into my options to. Okay. Then, yeah, it must be that one. Okay, fast. Which one would be nice? Yep, let's keep this one. This is the one I like. Oh well, see ya everybody. Until next time.